Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the installment of Scott's Selections here for Monday, May 24th. Before getting today's play of the day, quick recap of what happened yesterday. We picked up a loss with DeAndre Ayton under 22.5 points and rebounds at minus 115 on BetMGM. Really wasn't close. Ayton had entered the playoffs being pretty underwhelming over the last couple of weeks, and he had arguably the best game of his entire career. Anthony Davis was awful. I was hoping that he would dominate like he did a couple of weeks ago against Ayton, and that did not happen. Ayton looked like a Hall of Fame center, and Davis looked completely lost the entire game. And he ended up finishing with, I believe, 30-something points in rebounds. So it was really a sweat-free loser. Unfortunate look for a bounce-back winner here on Monday. However, we're going to be looking at baseball. So we have not done that for a couple of days. We're going to go back to it. It's going to be in a daytime matchup between the Tampa Bay Rays and the Toronto Blue Jays. They'll be taking place at around 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time. And for the play of the day, we like the Rays on the money line at minus 112 on FanDuel. A time recording of 2:20 a.m. Eastern Time. Now, a couple reasons why I like the Rays in the spot. First of all, you look at these two teams heading in opposite directions. Tampa, people might realize, have been playing well lately. However, people might not have realized how well they're playing. Tampa is in the middle of a 10-game winning streak. This team is the hottest team in the league, and they have been mauling opponents for the last 2 weeks. You look at Toronto in the middle of a 5-game losing streak, so I do question Toronto's ability to hang with this team, which has dominated during the first 3 games of the series. Now, you also want to look at the pitching matchup, and Toronto has a severe disadvantage. You look at Ross Stripling, who's on the mound for Toronto, and he has been the worst starter for the team all season long. 0-3, 7.2 ERA, 1.76 whip. To make matters worse, he also has an 8+ ERA at home, so he has been even worse in the makeshift home ballpark for Toronto. And I do think that Tampa, who is a top 10 offense in the league, should end up having a very nice day against him and should probably score at least 5 runs, I'd say, if not more, during his outing. But if you want to look at who Tampa has on the mound, they have Ryan Yarbrough on the mound, who has not been great, but he's been a lot better than Stripling, I'll tell you that much. 2-3 with a 4.24 ERA and a 1.31 whip. However, he has been better on the road. You look at Yarbrough's numbers, 3.86 ERA on the highway. And if you also want to look at his results lately, he's been pitching better over the last couple of outings. The length is not always there because sometimes he is used after an opener, and he's kind of the primary guy after, and sometimes he just starts outright. But last 3 outings, 4 innings, 1 run against the Angels, 3 1/3 is no runs against the Yankees, and 6 innings, 3 runs against Baltimore. So he hasn't been pitching better lately, and he goes up against the worst pitcher on Toronto's staff, and Tampa's won 10 in a row. Toronto has lost 5 in a row. This line doesn't make any sense to me. It's currently at minus 112. I think it should be closer to minus 135, something like that, because Tampa not only has the better overall team and has been playing better lately and the better starting pitcher, but since Toronto is playing in Florida, Tampa's actually had quite an advantage because it has been able to sleep at home for the last couple of nights. Because if you are not familiar with the geography of Florida, Toronto is currently playing their games in TD Ballpark, which is located in Dunedin, Florida, and that is about 20 or something minutes away from Tampa. So Tampa's been pretty much staying at home for the last couple of games in the series, and I do think that should help Tampa just based on the fact that it's technically a road game, but not really. Plus, Tampa is 18-7 on the road, while Toronto is 10-10 at home. So at the end of the day, Tampa has the much better roster. They're in much better form, much better starting pitching, and they are great on the road, and Toronto is mediocre at home. So for that reason, the play of the day, once again, here for Monday, May 24th, is going to be on the Rays on the money line at minus 112 on FanDuel. Bye, everyone.